Gambling is fun in gaming. I feel like when it comes to this topic, everyone goes with the moral high ground saying gambling is bad, gambling sucks, children shouldn't be gambling. Yet these are the same people who be buying their children Pokemon card packs every time they go to Walmart. Yes, Susan, Pokemon cards are considered gambling too. In fact, the definition of gambling is, actually let me look at this freaking paper that I have right in front of me, to take risky action in the hope of a desired result. You are taking a chance when you cop that $5 pack full of 10 cards, hoping that you get that extremely rare Charizard so you don't have to work another day in your life. So what makes it any difference if I open up a loot box compared to a Pokemon card pack? I mean, in the Pokemon card pack, there's a chance of getting a Charizard that only 0.1% of the population has. And in a loot box, I mean, there also is a chance that you get a skin that only 0.1% of the population has. So what makes it any different? I mean, yeah, one is physical and one is virtual, but truly, what makes it any different? We're gonna start off taking a look at CSGO compared to Valorant. CSGO has been out for about 11 years by now, and Valorant, on the other hand, it's only been out for 3 years. But if you took a look at both of these games side by side, you would guess that Valorant has the higher player count. I mean, it has more colors, it does look more polished than CSGO, and the graphics look absolutely amazing compared to CSGO. But somehow, CSGO has a higher player count than Valorant, and that's because it has a player-based economy. You're allowed to buy, sell, and trade skins through Steam for money. And although CSGO skins aren't as cool as Valorant skins, I mean, Valorant skins, you literally pull out the gun and it's like a whole freaking satellite dish coming over you and stuff. While CSGO, on the other hand, you just pull it out and it's just like a little greenish, bluish gun. You can still sell and trade them, which is way better than what Valorant is doing because you can only buy skins in Valorant. So if you get a skin that you don't like, all you can really do is sell your account, which is you're not supposed to do. I'm not condoning selling accounts. I don't sell my accounts. Riot, please don't ban me. But I just think that that's the coolest thing ever, that in CSGO, you can sell your skins if you don't really like them. Although they're both a giant waste of money. I mean, in-game skins are one of the biggest finesses of all time. Oh my gosh, I just found $20 laying on my bed right now. With this, I can either buy a full meal, a new t-shirt, or I can buy a new skin in Fortnite. I mean, your body can't live without food, so the meal would be pretty smart to buy. But also, I could be looking a little bit more drippy if I bought a new t-shirt. And for a freaking in-game skin, I mean, those are just pixels on a screen. I'm gonna definitely go with pixels on a screen, because I gotta look drippy in the metaverse. You ever have one of those moments in your life where you force yourself to play a game that you completely hate, but you spent $60 on the game? That's kind of how Valorant skins are. I remember when I first bought the Elder Flame Vandal, I literally only used it because I spent like $35 or something on the skin, and I'm not gonna lie, I completely hated it. It was this fat freaking dragon shooting out bullets, which, I mean, on paper, it looked pretty sick, but when I actually used it in game, it was just a huge distraction. And let's say if it was CSGO and I had that Elder Flame Vandal, I could most likely sell it because I didn't like it. Some people literally don't even play CSGO, like the actual matchmaking and stuff. They only open cases and sell the skins. Kind of like how people buy Pokemon packs and they don't really, like, I guess, play the actual Pokemon game. They only resell the cards. And let me give like a quick side note real quick. These skins don't give like any competitive advantage. Like if you buy a skin, like you're not gonna become better or anything. Unlike Advanced Warfare, which we'll get to that in a minute. But look, all I'm saying is that imagine buying an Elder Flame Vandal, then imagine opening a Elder Flame Vandal in a loot box. Like that would be the most amazing feeling of all time. But all that being said, let's talk about Advanced Warfare and BO3 compared to recent CODs. If somebody opened up a BAL 27 Obsidian Steed from a advanced supply drop in Advanced Warfare, they pretty much won every game. Like you could never lose with that weapon. And although this game was pay to win, I feel like Advanced Warfare was so sick because of how much like variety there was in the game. There were loot boxes and stuff at first, just like you couldn't pay for them at all. You just could level up and just get like, I guess, random loot boxes, and you would get stuff like cosmetic items like helmets, like exosuits, torsos and stuff like that, just whatever. And you could also get weapon variants, which these weapon variants could, I guess, do more damage, or they could like slow down your reload, but you'd get more like, I don't know, range with your bullets. But when Advanced Warfare added advanced supply drops and you can now pay money to get these supply drops, that's when the game became pay to win. Because now if you just spent enough money and you got some of those, I guess, weapon variants, you could pretty much dominate each game. While the player who paid $60 and they just want to grind a little bit, they would have to grind a lot if they wanted to get those supply drops. I don't know how how often the drops were in Advanced Warfare. I don't know like an exact like rate or anything, but I just remember like every like few games or so you would get something like a little supply drop or whatever. And they eventually added like a little point where you got the high variants if you were like Master Prestige, Prestige 1 or something. There were like 2 different prestiges. There was regular prestiging and stuff like Prestige 1 through 10 or 15 or whatever. Then there was like Advanced Prestige or like Master Prestige, Prestige 1, which after each prestige you got one of those weapon variants, one of the like high tier weapon variants. But if somebody new just hopped on the game and they just paid enough money, they could literally clap you, which kind of sucked. And I feel like in that sense, that's when gambling becomes a problem in gaming, when it's like, okay, this kind of doesn't, it doesn't make it fun anymore. Like I feel like it's fun when there's like, when it's skins that are cosmetic only, but when you can literally beat everyone if you just pay enough money, that's just not fun anymore. Now BO3 on the other hand, it was kind of pay to win, but not really. Some of the DLC weapons were really good, but that doesn't mean that every time you pulled out a DLC weapon, you would literally melt somebody with like regular weapons that you can't get from, I guess, loot boxes. So BO3 was way better when it came to the loot boxes compared to Advanced Warfare, but you could still buy BO3 loot boxes, and sometimes it would suck when somebody melts you with a Peacekeeper Mark II while you're over here standing there with a freaking AN-94. At least it wasn't as bad as Advanced Warfare, because I'm telling you, if somebody pulled up on you with that ASM-1 royalty, it was over. It was honestly over. The thing about the newer CODs that I dislike so much is that you know what you're getting all the way from level 1. So let's say you're new to the game or whatever, and there's a battle pass. You can literally see every single thing that you get from tier 1 to tier 100, which I feel like there's no element of surprise. And speaking of battle passes, let's now talk about Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2. First things first, loot boxes were a staple in Overwatch. I know every single person hated them when they first came out, but bro, I'm gonna be one of those people who stands my ground and says loot boxes were sick from day one. I thought it was cool when you could level up, then you get a cool skin from the game, but now it's like these skins in Overwatch 2 are just completely overpriced. I'm not gonna pay $20 for one skin, for one character, when there's like 30 characters in the game. That's insane. And in Overwatch 1, you also could get new characters free, while in this game, Overwatch 2, you now have to pay $10 for a new character. Or as an alternative, you can do these 7 time-consuming challenges that'll take you probably weeks to months to complete just for that one character. Even though the game is free to play, which, I mean, I can't take that for granted. It is free. Anyone can play it now. While Overwatch 1 was $60, I still feel like Overwatch 2 should have some loot boxes. And it would be even sick if you could get like the Overwatch 1 skins from like these little loot boxes instead of the Overwatch 2 skins. Like it would make sense if Overwatch 2 charged you for like the newer skins or whatever, and then like the older skins you can only get in loot boxes or whatever if you level up. But it's like there's no, like, that element of surprise is gone because all the skins in the game, you can literally just buy them. Like, that's pretty much it. There's also a battle pass in Overwatch 2, which is also boring. I feel like in some of these games, they should add some surprise tiers, or like, let's say like 10 through 20, you know what you're getting, then 20 through 30, you don't know what you're getting, it's a surprise or something like that. 30 through 40, it's like, you know what you're getting. 40 through 50, like something like that. I feel like that would be so sick. But all that being said, my overall point is that battle passes suck. Like, I feel like Fortnite, like, they've done like the best battle passes like so far, because they have some sick skins and sick like dances that you would want, so you would pay the 10 for. But I feel like a lot of companies, they just have these whack battle passes, and you see everything that you can get, and it's like, oh, I don't even want to grind for this stuff. Am I really gonna grind all the way up just to get this little waving emote? Like, what the heck? But nah, tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think more gambling should be in gaming, or do you guys think that gambling kind of takes the fun out of gaming? Let me know in the comment section below. All that being said, this is going to wrap up the video. If you guys enjoyed this one, then I highly recommend you guys check out my most recent video where I talk about technology ruining society. All that being said, thank you guys for watching. It's Cameron, and I'm out.